Hi, my name is Lee and I come from England, and I have been teaching in Lee Cashore for the past 1 year and a half now. The purpose of this video is to show you how to log in and to enter your account, to set up the classroom and to enter the class. Okay. So this video will be in two parts. The first part will be the setup as just mentioned, and the second part will be the actual class itself, which is a group class for students. But at this point, I'm not sure if all 4 students will attend. The students are the only ones who can decide that themselves. But they're usually full. Okay, so as you can see on my screen, here we have the Lee Cashore login page. So I'm just going to log in here. So you enter your email address, and my computer remembers mine, and the password. One sec. There, let's log in. Oops. So after logging in, we'll bring you to the home page. Here you can see on my home page I have a points ranking. All teachers have this. Don't worry, it's nothing to worry about at all. I'm sure you'll be fine. From this page, click on My Schedule. This will bring you to your calendar where you can see all the classes that have been booked from your available time. Here we can see Friday the 28th. Here I have 2 private classes starting from 7 o'clock, followed by 1 tutorial. Oddly, private classes are for up to 4 students. Tutorial classes are for just 1 student. So tutorials are the one-on-one classes. Okay, I'm going to click on my first private class. Okay, to click on the actual part of the schedule, it will bring you straight to the classes page. Each class has its own page. Here we can see on the right the names of the students who are going to attend the class. Maybe not all of them will attend. That's up to them. So next thing, click on Into Class. That opens the platform page. Then from this page, just simply click Start. That opens the actual platform, the VC, the virtual classroom. Once open, just wait a few moments. It just takes a few moments for it to get ready to download onto your screen. Now you can see the first page of the PPT. The PPT is this icon here at the bottom left. You can see my name in the left column. You want to first click on camera, just to block the camera. Before the students enter, I always turn my camera off. Then, when you click on your own name, click on Take Podium. Then that tells the VC or the platform that you're the teacher. There. That really brings us to an end for the first part of this video. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you shortly in part 2. So, welcome back to the second part of my video. Here now, as you can see, this is the VC, and students have begun to join the VC. We have the first page of our PPT, 14 pages in total. And for this lesson, I have downloaded 5 extra pictures which relate to the topic that I'm going to be teaching. And to do that, you click File here, this green plus button, then New Doc, which then brings you to your desktop. So anything that you have saved, any pictures that you have screenshotted to your desktop can be added to the class. And you can see I have various pictures that I've used in previous classes here. So that is how you do that. Here also, these controls, let's go through these for a while. Okay, this button here, I've just clicked on it, it's brought down a menu for colors. It's a box which you can highlight things using this box. You can change the color. So that's black now, blue, and so on, you can see. We also have a pencil here that will do the same. You can choose your color. There's yellow, black, you can see that there. This button here clears all. You can actually see the instructions are there when you hover over each icon. Okay. And so students, you can add students to take the student bench. A camera similar to the one that you see here in the left hand corner will appear here in the top right hand corner, and you can see the students there. This detracts from the data download, and so I often don't use the camera and won't be using the camera for my students in this class. Many of the students don't want their cameras to be activated, and for me it also helps with the how fast the data can be downloaded, and it helps to improve audio quality. Even if you turn off your own camera, it will aid the audio quality. Okay, so now I'm going to begin the class. Hello and good evening. Welcome to our class. Okay, so for those of you who do not know me, my name is Lee and I come from England, and it is a pleasure to see you all in our class today, and thank you for taking the time to attend our class. Okay, and one moment please, hang on. So today our topic is on languages, but before we begin that, I would like to first say a quick hello to each of my students before we go into our topic. Good evening, Aaron. Hi. Welcome to our class, Aaron. Aaron, are you there? Can you hear me? Okay, Aaron, I will come back to you very soon. Instead, let's say hello to Hokkaido. Hi, Hokkaido, can you hear
Hello.
me? Hi.
Hi. Yes, I
Good
can.
evening, Hokkaido. I'm glad to hear that. Apologies for any sound delay there may be. Quite often, it's a few seconds before you can actually hear my sentence that I've spoken. If I speak over you,
Okay.
that's the reason, and I apologise. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that we have met before. I think this is our first time. Is this right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd like to do then is just to tell you a few things about myself for 1 or 2 minutes, and you can ask me any questions you have. Then I'd like to hear some information from you, if that's okay. So as you know,
Okay.
my name is Lee and I come from England. And so maybe my accent is a little different from the American accent, which is why I imagine you may be used
Mm-hmm.
to. If I say anything in the class you do not understand, stop me and ask me to repeat what I said, okay?
Okay, thank you.
So, I have been an English teacher now for over 5 years, and for the last 1 year and a half, I've been teaching here in Lee Ka Shore, which is something that I'm very pleased about. I feel very lucky to be here, and I really enjoy my classes here, and I'm really enjoying meeting and speaking with my students every day. So I'm very pleased. It's of course I'm teaching English to the best of my ability. At the same time, I'm also taking in a lot of information about China, and I think what a wonderful country China is. The food and the culture, and there are many beautiful parts of China. I would love to visit China one day.
Thank you. I'm proud of you.
It's so good to meet you. Well, when I'm not working, some of the things I enjoy doing are I enjoy walking. In England during the summer, I will go for a really long walk between 4 and 6
Oh,
hours. Another thing I enjoy is photography. I like to take pictures. So when I go on a walk, I also bring my camera with me and sometimes the family dog. And and I also really enjoy swimming. Swimming is my favorite kind of sport activity. I also like listening to music. I enjoy reading and
mm,
watching movies. So
uh-huh.
very quickly, that's roughly me in a nutshell. So now you can ask me any questions. If you have no questions, I would really like to hear about you. Can you tell us a little about yourself?
Um, I introduce myself.
Yes, please.
Okay. My name is Hokkaido. I come from Guangdong province in China. I am a trainee. I work for a housekeeping department. Um, I like traveling. Mm, mm, I I think it is necessary for me to learn English for my work. So, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Hokkaido. What a great introduction. Can you tell us a little more about your job? So you said that you work in the housekeeping department. So
Yeah.
how
Uh-huh.
long have you been working in the housekeeping department for now?
Um, 2 months. 2 months.
Oh, wow. Just a short
Mm-hmm.
time.
Uh, but my goal is join in the form office. I want to be a receptionist
You want to be a
in the
receptionist.
hotel. Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you work for a hotel or a company, a hotel
Mm-hmm.
company. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So right now, what is your job? What do you do? I mean, uh, what are some of your tasks? Tell us a little about that.
My work. Um, I usually clean the room day day by day.
Yeah, that's a really important job. What
Yeah, it is so tired job. It's a tired job.
say it is a tiring job like this.
Yeah.
It sounds it too, but it's also a very important job.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me one thing that you really enjoy about this job or something that is really good about this job?
Um, Good about job. Um, you can you will be have a have a good cleaning experience.
Were you were you good at cleaning before you began your job 2 months ago?
The
So
when
gone.
you saw uh your your bedroom is so lazy and
Messy, yeah.
lazy yeah, messy, you you will clean up your room right now.
Yeah, very quickly, I imagine.
you you can't yeah you can't accept the room so messy.
Yes. I used to be a house cleaner. I used to do that job myself. In fact, not so long ago, maybe two
Uh-huh.
years ago, I was a cleaner as well. Aaron, in our class, he asks, which hotel? What is the name of the hotel?
I work for the Finnish City Hotel in Guangzhou.
Finnish City,
Finnish,
Finnish City,
yeah. Uh-huh.
Finnish City. I don't know. Is that quite a popular hotel in China? Do most people have most people?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Really good to meet you, Hokkaido. Time is getting on, so
Nice.
I will come back to you a little later during this lesson.
Okay.
Well done. What a good
Thank
introduction.
you.
Thank you so much. Okay, say hello to Rex next, please. Rex, good evening and welcome to our class, Rex. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yes, hi Lee, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
And
you too, Rex. I think
yeah,
this is perhaps the
mm,
first time we have met in Li Kao Short, and it is a pleasure to meet you. Hopefully,
absolutely.
you could hear my
Hmm.
introduction earlier when I was speaking with Hokkaido, so you know a
Yes,
little about me. But Rex, how about
mm.
you? Can you tell us a
I'm
little about
from
your... Sorry,
I'm
Jin.
from Chongqing City, Chongqing,
Oh,
uh,
Chongqing. I've heard of Chongqing before. Hot pot, right?
hot pot, yeah, right. And I study English for my work and interest. I I do really like the British accent, such as yours.
Thank
Mm.
you.
So I think I will enjoy your lesson. I also like reading and running and maybe swimming, but I don't go to swim now because the swimming pool is very crowded in our city. Mm,
Okay, that was beautifully said. So you don't go swimming now because it's cold. It's too cold.
not crowded.
Crowded. Ah, because it's
Yeah,
crowded.
too many people here. I can't swim. I can't swim in, yeah, freely.
That was
Hmm.
beautifully said. And
And
so,
yeah. Uh-huh.
and so, swimming pools in China, are they usually outdoors? You know, if we swim in the swimming pool and look up, can we see the sky in China?
Mm,
Are swimming
there
pools
are
outdoor?
both
Both.
indoor and outdoor, both. They are
Okay.
both.
Yeah,
Mm.
I really love swimming. And well, in England, all our swimming pools are indoors. They are inside, of course, because England is very cold, and especially in the winter
Uh-huh.
time. So they need to
Hmm.
be inside a building, really. Otherwise, it would be freezing cold. Some people in England, they have a
Hmm.
private swimming pool, and they're usually, well, they can be both outdoors and indoors, but mostly outdoors. Um, but no, public swimming pools, they're always indoors, and we have something called central heating to make the room warmer. But of
Mm,
course, go on.
May I ask you a question?
Sure, I'd
And
love it.
I'd like to know, is your accent similar to the BBC accent? I mean the RP accent, received pronunciation, received.
My accent is a little similar to that accent. Yes, I have what they call a southern accent.
Hmm. Maybe a little posh.
Yeah, it is a little posh, I think. Yeah. Well,
Mm.
our southern accent
Lo,
comes from London.
local, a local feeling, a local feeling, local.
It's local to the to the southeast of England. So I come from southeast England.
Hmm.
That's why my accent may sound a little bit from the south, or maybe a little. It sounds a bit like somebody from London.
Hmm.
But what was that you said that my accent might sound a little bit like what was like a news
RP,
RP.
RP, receive the pronunciation, RP, like our China Mandarin. Yeah, RP. Uh, uh,
Type it for me. Yeah, RP. So what does
receive the pronunciation.
ah
Receive the pronunciation.
received pronunciation?
Sorry, I typed was wrong. What?
Oh no, I've spelt that wrong again. Hang on.
Uh-huh.
Oh right. Sorry, that actually that is the first time I have heard that expression.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you're saying, RC is the standard form of British English pronunciation.
Because I always try to listen the BBC news, I want to speak maybe a good English, a better English accent, not like a Chinese English. I just want to do like this. Yeah.
Yes, so most English teachers I know who come from the southern part of England, either southeast or southwest or London, that part of England, yeah, would sound much like RP, the standard
Mm,
form of British English pronunciation. Yes.
mm.
Then
Thank you.
you're welcome. Rex, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. I'm going to come back to you a little later during the lesson. For now, I'm going to say a quick hello to Aaron, please. Thank you, Rex. And good evening, Aaron.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening,
Good
Mr.
evening.
Lee.
Good
Yes.
evening, Aaron. Welcome
Yes.
back.
Uh,
Sorry,
yeah.
Aaron, is this our first time to meet each other? I don't think it
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Maybe. Yeah.
Ah,
Maybe.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
welcome to our class. It is a pleasure to meet you. So moving
Me
on,
too. Me too. Yes.
can you please tell me or tell us a little about yourself? Can you give us a
Yes.
short introduction?
I I come from Foshan City, Guangdong Province, China, and my job is foreign trade. Uh, about uh, ceramic raw material. Ceramic.
Ceramic.
Do you know?
Ceramic.
Ceramic raw material. Yes. Uh,
Ah,
the detail is the digital printing ink. Because now the ceramic, the pattern and the surface, the ceramic surface, the ceramic surface pattern is use digital machine to print. Yes. So every family, every production light need use digital ink to produce the ceramic. Yes. May I speak clearly?
you are
Yes.
speaking clearly.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
can hear you
Yes. Yeah.
clearly.
Yes.
I'm sure everyone here can also hear you clearly. But
Yes.
let me just
And
see if I can, let me see if I've understood you correctly.
mm,
Um, so
mm,
you use raw ceramic material to produce
yeah.
digital ink.
Yes. Yes. Our factory is produce digital ink. Yes.
Aha,
And
I understand. Thank you.
last yes, before I become a salesman, I am a technician, and then and control the quality department. But last year, my boss let me open the overseas market, and then I try to do it, but uh, I because I just I had graduate from university had 5 years. I graduated from university at 2012, and my English that time is very poor. Yes, went through ET6, but my oral English is very poor. And the lighting, maybe the lighting and the reading no problem, but the oral English is very poor. At the beginning I communicate with the foreign trade customer, a foreign customer. I also dare uh, give them telephone. It means that I dare to call them, and I just use the email or send the message to communicate with them. But step by step and slowly, I dare to speak to them, and then now I almost can communicate with them face to face. But I think I still had too many words to remember, especially the special words. I think it's very hard to remember English words. So I want to take these lessons, and I want to learn some tips and tricks and to learn any language. Because when I go to a foreign country, maybe I should learn some local language. Like I go to Vietnam, I go to Indonesia, I go to India and other countries. I should learn some the local language because many local people cannot speak English. Yes, I should learn to speak some local language. So I think this lesson will helpful for me to learn any language. Thank you.
Thank you
Yes.
so much, Aaron. And you speak very
Yeah. Yes.
clearly in English now. Okay, Aaron, we're running out of
Yes.
time. I will come back to you a little later during this lesson. For
Yes.
now, I'm going to
Yes.
say hello quickly to
Yes.
Carrie. Thank you so much. Well done.
Yes. Yes.
Carrie, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for your patience. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks. So it's time for me to introduce myself.
Yes, is this your first time to meet me or your first time to see me in class?
Yes,
Okay, yes, please then.
yes. My name is Carrie, and I'm from Foshan City, in Guangdong, the same as another student.
Aaron, yeah.
Yes,
Correct.
yes, and I'm a student now. And I have graduated from my high school last month, and I will go to college next month. So it's my summer holiday now.
Really good.
And I have
Go on,
yes,
sorry.
I have admitted by a school by the Chinese University of Hong Kong. So I need to improve my English level because this school learn and study in English, not in Chinese.
Wow, really? Of course, yes, because in Hong Kong they use English and they speak English, don't they?
Uh, yes,
Is English like a second language in Hong Kong?
I think so.
Okay.
Most
Yeah.
of the people in Hong Kong can speak English
Well,
very well.
yeah, I knew it. So it's
Yes,
almost like a second language. You want to say, I have
yes.
been admitted into the University of Hong Kong or at Hong Kong.
Uh, oh,
Ad,
so
go on.
you mean I can use be admitted into, right?
Yes. So you have been admitted into, or well, another way we would say it when we're talking about universities in England, we
Yes.
would say I have got into, and then the name
Have
of the,
got into.
yes, but it means
Oh,
the same thing. So we could say either. We could say I have been admitted into. That is also correct.
oh,
That we would also say
yes.
that. But to say that,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. What's the name of the university?
The Chinese University of Hong Kong.
Okay, I guess there are many universities in Hong Kong, right? This is just one.
Not many.
Really? Wow, It sounds like a
It's
really
not.
big achievement. It sounds really fantastic. You sound like someone who has a
Yes.
good future ahead of you.
Oh, thank you.
It's really a pleasure to meet you. What things do you do in your free time, or how have you been spending your vacation this year? What do you enjoy?
Oh, I go traveling.
Great.
I go traveling, and I went to Japan last month,
Ah,
and I
fantastic.
will go to Xiamen next week,
Great.
next
Wow.
Monday.
Carrie,
Yeah,
that's
and
fantastic.
I like listening to music, and I like swimming too.
Really,
Yes,
wow.
I often swim in my spare time because our school have swimming pools,
Mm,
and we can use it.
that's lucky. If my
Yes,
if my school had a swimming pool, I would use it all the time, I think. And
um, most school in Guangdong have swimming pools.
really, wow.
Yes,
Are they
because it's near the sea. People here can swim.
right? So swimming is more
Many people here
popular.
can swim.
I understand.
Yes.
Really fantastic. Um,
Mhm.
how long were you in Japan for? Just really quickly.
Oh, I went to Japan for 2 weeks.
Great. Where in Japan? I used to live in Japan. That's why I'm asking.
I went to Tokyo, Osaka, and some other cities.
Oh, fantastic. Wow.
Yes.
For me,
I like Osaka.
really, I never visited
Yes.
Osaka. What's it like? What did you like about it?
It's a city based on uh, I don't know how to say that. Um, commercial.
Ah, commerce. Yeah,
Um,
commerce
yes.
like and business.
So people there are are more um, um, enthusiastic, I think. The people in Tokyo is very polite, but people there are more enthusiastic.
Okay,
So
I
I like
understand.
this city.
It sounds great. I would love to go back to Japan. I lived there for about 4 years. It's it's a brilliant place.
Wow. Yes. Foreigners living there will be very great because there are many foreign people in Japan.
Yeah, when I lived in Japan, it was nearly 20 years ago, a long time ago. So I can
Wow.
imagine now there may be many more foreigners f than
Yes.
when I was
And
there.
many foreigners studied there.
Wow, that's new. Carrie,
Yes.
it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. Thank you for that really good self-introduction. You speak very clearly. For now,
Oh,
I will come
thanks.
back to you a little later during the lesson. I'm going to start our lesson now, which is about languages. So I will come back to you a
Yes.
bit later. Thank you. Okay, so thank you everyone for your patience. Let's begin. Take a look on our first page. So we all know this. In this class, we're going to learn tips for learning a foreign language, different styles of learning, or different learning styles rather, and some common mistakes language learners make and how to fix them. Okay, I'm not entirely certain about. Ah, okay, no, it's much better now. Good. Let's take a look. So the first question asks, what languages have you studied? So I'd like to start with Hokkaido.
Yeah, hello.
Hello again, Hokkaido.
Um, um, I studied Chinese and English.
Okay, that's
Just two language.
that's much better than me. In England, most people have to study French, so we study English and French. That's it. And then later,
Mm-hmm.
many people will go on to study other languages, but that won't be until university, until they are in their early 20s. So that's really good. Okay, Aaron said Chinese. And So at what age did you begin studying English? How old were you?
Mm, about 6 years old.
Really? Wow, 6 years old. That's
Mm,
really young.
mm-hmm.
That makes such a huge
Uh,
difference. Do you think that age affects a person's ability to learn a new language?
yes, I think so. I think so.
Me too. How do you think it affects it? For example, do you think the younger the person, like for example, you've learned English since you were 6, is that an advantage?
Um, the p the people when in the trial, the children is easy to understand how to learn it. Um, they have a they have a excellent uh, the ability of understanding.
Yeah, is much
Uh,
stronger,
uh,
yeah, than adults.
uh, uh,
Say this,
yeah.
say children can understand how to learn a new language
Mm.
more easily than adults.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you so much, Hokkaido. Um, I'm going to move on to, I think, Aaron next. I will come back to you a little later. Let's ask Aaron. Hi, Aaron. How about you? I want to ask you what you think. Do you think age affects a person's ability to learn a new language?
Yes, yes, of course, because the children maybe uh, don't too don't too much thing to think. So if you more focus on to learn the language, but uh, uh, our adults and then maybe need every day need to face too many things. So I think it's hard it's easy to forget a new thing because every day we have to face too much things. Yes. So I think maybe the children will be easy to learn a new language. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. That was a great answer. By the
Yes.
time that we are
Yes.
adults, there's a lot that is in our mind. Children, they don't ask or question. They just do it. They just
Mm.
learn. Really good answer. Well done. And this next question, so how do people who come from different regions or different parts of China speak differently? That's a strange question, isn't it? How do people who come from different regions of your country speak differently? Hmm. Okay, if someone asked me this question, um, everyone in my country speaks English, but mm, no, okay, let's just forget that question. Thank you, Aaron. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so Rex, then please.
Uh-huh.
What languages have you studied?
Uh, Chinese and English.
Okay, and
Uh-huh.
are there different parts in China that speak with a different accent, or do you think that that makes a difference when they study English?
Of course, because China is a large country and there are um, different people. They have different customs, and I think the language is different at accent, not at accent, but also dialect. It means totally different languages. Mm. But some languages are just different in different of tones, accent. Yeah.
Okay, some of it's just a different accent. Other parts of China have a
But
completely different dialect.
totally another new language. That means, yeah.
I wonder, what parts of China would you say that people learn English from a younger age and are able to learn English more effectively and efficiently in China? Do you think that there are parts of China that do much better with learning English than other parts of China?
Of course, it depends on the education level of the places.
Okay,
In China, the eastern places is more economic, you know what I mean. And
okay,
so the education is better. Yeah,
right. Rather than the area, it's more the education in that area. That was a great answer.
education level.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Rex. Okay, I'm going to move away from this warm-up page. Rex, I will come back to you a little later during the lesson. For now, let's move away from our warm-up. Okay, so dialogues then. Right, I want Carrie, I would like you to be this host, okay? And then, so Rex, please could you be Dr. Adams, okay? In this dialogue, the host is going to ask Dr. Adams, like being on a TV show or a radio show. Dr. Adams is the expert, and the host is asking questions to him about language study. So, Carrie, when you're ready, please could you begin our dialogue for us?
Yes. Good evening and welcome to tonight's program. Our guest is Dr. Carrie Adams, who is well known for his research in the area of language learning. His new book, Tips and Tricks to Learn Any Language, has been on the bestseller list for the past 6 weeks. Welcome to our program.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, Dr. Adams, tell us about your book.
One of the most important keys of learning another language is to establish a regular study program, like planning a few minutes every morning around the breakfast time.
So, what are some of the basic keys you are suggesting?
As I just mentioned, people need to plan out their study by setting realistic and attainable goals from the beginning. I mean, small steps, little by little, are the key.
Nicely read. Well done. It's you again, Rex.
For example, planning to learn 5 new vocabulary words a day and to learn to use them actively is far better than learning 13 and forgetting them the next day.
Is it important to identify your learning style?
Of course, people often have different ways of learning and approach learning tasks differently.
Good. Really good.
Some people are visual learners who prefer to see models of the patterns they are expected to learn. Others are auditory learners who favor reading instructions, for example, over reading them.
Well, Dr. Adams, what is your learning style?
Well, I'm a very tactile learner.
Good. Yeah, I'm a very tactile learner. Let's find out what that means.
You mean one who learns through hands-on experience?
Exactly.
Very nicely read. Fantastic. Rex and Carrie, thank you so much for doing so well in our dialogue. You read that very well. I like it. You both use your voice, your intonation very well, so I thought you'd be the best guys to read it. Let's take a look at some of these words then. On this page here, Dr. Adams says some people are visual learners who prefer to see models of the patterns. So For example, I often use pictures to help aid my classes. It just is a way that I like to make things more clear to give my students a much clearer idea. So I use,
Excuse me.
yes.
Uh, I don't know what is models of the patterns mean. I
So
searched these words, but I can't figure out what it means.
for example, then, actually, that's a great question. I guess what he's saying here is just using pictures or using like diagrams. Uh, I can actually, now I come to think of it, I can't think of a really good example when people would use patterns, visual patterns for models. Uh, the only thing I can think of is that there is an APP called Four Pictures, One Word, and it's like a kind
Oh,
of game. Are you aware of it? Have you ever seen this before?
I have heard of it before. Hear about it before.
It's a very interesting game, and in each page
Huh?
it uses it uses pictures to give you
Yes.
a clue or a hint about what the word could be. Sometimes it's really easy, and other times it's really, really hard. But this is a very good way
Huh?
to increase our vocabulary and also to associate pictures, images, and situations to a word or a group of words. I think that's
So
possibly
it means that use visual pictures or other things to make you understand the words better.
that's the best I can think of. I would say
Oh,
yes.
oh, thank you.
You're welcome. That's how we would say it then. So models of the patterns, to see models of the patterns. It's not a very good sentence, is it? Then he goes on to say others are auditory learners who listen to, for example, like an audio book. That's a good way to learn.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Before we go on then, so right, Rex and Carrie, we're going to come back to you a little later. For now, I'm going to turn off your microphones. Let's move away from the dialogue. And so, oh, no, comprehension check. Okay, I want to move on to this page, basically. So I'd like to ask, Carrie, how about you? Here on this page we have learning styles, okay? Verbal,
Yes.
visual,
Um.
musical or auditory,
Mm,
physical or I can't remember how to pronounce that word. Kinesthetic.
I don't know that.
I don't know.
I don't know this word.
Right, so that from now on it's just physical and logical, mathematical and social. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Right, so verbal words are your strong point, and you prefer to use words both in speech and in writing, verbal. Some people learn a language very well this way. Here's visual then. So you prefer to use pictures and diagrams, images, and spatial understanding to help you learn. Um, Musical or auditory is obvious. You prefer using sounds or music and rhythms to help you learn. Physical, you use your
Yes.
hands and your body. And like for example, the prepositions in, on, under, in between, forwards,
Oh.
backwards, and so on. Physical, actually
Yes.
the sense of touch to help you learn, and acting things out. Then logical learning is easier for you if you use logic, reasoning, systems, and sequences. Mm. So social then, you like to learn new things as a part of a group, explaining your understanding to a group. That helps you learn.
Mm, yes.
Okay, so from what you can understand then, which would you say are or have been the most useful to you? How would you say you have learnt English the best? What is your learning style?
Mm, my learning style, I think, visual, auditory, and social.
That's
Can
interesting.
I choose three?
Yes, you can.
Yes, I think these are most useful for me.
Can you give us an example, just really quickly?
um, such as visual learning style. I think if you just see a word on the book, you can understand it well. But if you know what it means and by the pictures or other things, you can remember it very fast.
Good example, yeah. So you said, what were those again? Visual, musical, and did you say social? These three.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I understand auditory very, very well indeed. I think that would be my choice. That's how I would do it, auditory.
Uh,
Um, I like what you said about a visual. I think that game, four pictures, one word, is really useful in that regard. And
yes, especially for children.
okay, yeah, definitely, I agree with that. That's how we all learnt ABC and one, two, three, four, and so on. It's really good.
Yes.
Okay. Well done, Carrie. Thank you for sharing that with us. I'll come back to you a little
Uh,
later. For now, let's ask Aaron. How about you, Aaron? What would you say is your learning style for English? What has it been?
Maybe the verbal and visual, the two type. Yes,
Can you give us an
verbal
example?
and visual.
Verbal's very good. Yeah, you were explaining earlier
Yeah.
during your introduction about verbal. Visual then, what's an example? Can you give us an example of something, a visual aid that has helped you to learn English?
Um, visual maybe when I remember, I remember a vocabulary word. I will and my mind will think will think will think a picture. It means it will remind me a picture that in my mind it will reflect a picture that this word what does it mean, and will use a picture to help me remember. And then the verbal maybe is that when I learn a new word, I can speak and I can use right now. I can use right now, or use will use soon. So I think two time is very good, especially for our, because we often go abroad. We often go abroad to visit our customer. Maybe every day we can we can speak, and every day, every minute we can speak in the different situation. Maybe yes. So I think the two time is very good. Yes.
Excellent, Aaron. Thank you so
Yes.
much,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
We've actually come to the end of our time in this lesson, so I'm going to have to leave it there. But wow, I've really enjoyed meeting you all. Thank you all so much for sharing your information, for your introduction. I think you all speak really well and really clearly. It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Well done. Goodbye for now, everyone. I have to say goodbye now. I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much for attending. Have a great evening. Bye bye. Thank you. So, that for me was one class. That was a tutorial. That was a private class, and I hope that has helped you in a way to give you an idea of how to conduct your class. Not ideal. I would have preferred to have chosen to use a one-to-one class for demonstration on how to teach in Lee Ka Shaw. Thank you so much for joining me in my video. And well, I hope you do well. I hope that's helped you in some way. Thank you so much, and goodbye for now.